Well, this is my first ever YouTube video, so if it's a bit rambling, I'm awfully sorry. And it's a review of Ian McEwan's novel Lessons, which I just finished, all 483 pages. So to try and make it slightly less rambly than normal, I'm going to say three things I like and three things I don't like about Insiders by Ian McEwan. I mean, starting with the three things I like. The first is that I can relate to it because I'm a baby boomer, just like the hero of the book, and just like Ian McEwan. And I was slightly younger, so in 1962, when Roland Baines first describes being at school, he was 14 and I was 8. So younger, but similar sort of thing. And also Berlin was another point of kind of connection because I was born in Berlin and I went to Berlin in the early 80s before the wall came down. And there's big period describing that in Lessons. And the other is the hero Roland Baines, and I guess therefore Ian McEwan is a Bob Dylan fan. And I am a massive Bob Dylan fan. So that's the first thing I like, which is just I can relate to it. The second thing I liked about it is, there are passages in it that are absolutely McEwan brilliant. And that's the only way of saying it, because I'm a massive McEwan fan. And there are parts of it where his writing just hits the nail on the head. I mean, effing brilliant. Loved it. And I could read it again and again and again because of that. And the third thing I really liked is it's emotionally extremely honest. Now the problem with that also is it made me very uncomfortable. And that's also one of the first things I really don't like about the book. It left me feeling kind of upset and uncomfortable. And possibly that's because it was so emotionally honest, and also because I could connect with it and relate to it. So that was one of the things I didn't like about it. But, it also was one of the things I liked about it. So it's confusing. One of the things I didn't like about it, and there's no sort of kind of liking it, is just one of the characters does an awful lot of ranting about subjects which I happen to also care about, and I happen to agree with the opinion that he's ranting about. But I don't read Ian McEwan to hear, his opinions, even if they're put through the voice of somebody in the book who's fictional. So that was the second thing I didn't like about it. And the third thing is just it's too long. I mean, 483 pages, that's too long in my book.